Hello, everyone. Good evening. Please help me confirm if you're seeing my screen. Hi. Can you confirm if my screen is visible? Is anyone here?
Yeah, for me, I can see your screen.
Oh, great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that feedback. And thank you.
Loud and clear.
Yes. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another exciting Microsoft 365 deep dive session. This is the bi-weekly deep dive session hosted by the Microsoft 365 community. My name is Aishat Oshileye. I'm sure a lot of us are just coming across me, meeting me, and I have the pleasure of being our moderator today. We are thrilled to have everyone here from the different tech ecosystems joining us to learn, to connect, and to grow in our fields. Today's session is going to be focused on a powerful collaboration capability within SharePoint. We're talking about versioning. Smart document control means smarter teamwork, and we are about to unpack this best practice that make things happen. About the community, we are the Nigerian 365 community, and we are dedicated to helping professionals to expand their knowledge of Microsoft 365 technologies, championing collaboration and empowering productivity across industries. And we appreciate every one of us for engaging with the community. Feel free to follow us on our social media platforms on YouTube, on LinkedIn. We have a WhatsApp community as well. And I want to thank everyone for joining us on this session this evening. Okay, I have just joined. I've done a short introduction. Okay, not really an introduction about myself, but here is something very short about me. I'm just a versatile tech professional who loves learning everything tech. And I have a very rich background in media. My journey into technology was sparked by my childhood curiosity and also reignited by a passion for igniting and empowering workspaces. Today, I specialize in Microsoft 365 administration in Azure and also helping teams collaborate seamlessly and securely. Thank you very much. And here is our speaker for today. His name is Rotimi Oloto, Microsoft certified trainer. He is a seasoned IT professional with strong expertise in Microsoft Teams, Skype for Business, SharePoint Online, which is the bane of our discussion for today. We have OneDrive for Business and Power BI. He has a proven track record in learning and development, as well as technical leadership. He's currently leading technical operations at Tech Experts Nigeria, where he drives performance, manages SLAs, and ensures outstanding global customer support. Thank you very much, Rotimi Oloto, for joining us today. It is my pleasure to welcome you.
Right.
So
Thank you
before
so
we
much.
move on, I'm so sorry, I'll be reading a few housekeeping rules to us. Okay, sorry. This session will be recorded and will be made available for future viewing. So please, let's ensure to mute our microphone when you're not talking. Make sure you pen down your questions until the Q&A session, which will follow. And please follow us on Twitter at NGM365, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and also subscribe to our YouTube channels so that we can keep you up to date with all our events. I think with that, we can usher in our speaker. Thank you very much, Rotimi Oloto. Please join us without further delay. Let us welcome our speaker as he takes us into the world of SharePoint versioning. Rotimi, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much for that introduction, Aishat. I really appreciate that. So that was the only correction I have is I was formerly in tech experts, not in
Oh,
currently tech expert here. All right.
oh,
Thank you so much. So quickly
sorry
we go
about that.
into today's topic about mastering SharePoint versioning, best practices for collaboration and document control. I'll be sharing my screen from here. Please let me know if you can see my screen, please. I will do that right now. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Okay, I can see your screen from here.
So please, what can you see from your hand?
Mastering SharePoint versioning.
Best practice for collaboration and document control. All right. So basically,
That's it.
this is the topic we're going to be looking at today. And just to let us know the table of content today. So we're going to be looking at the understanding SharePoint versioning fundamentals, configuring versioning settings in SharePoint, practical strategy for document control and recovery, SharePoint versioning across Microsoft 365 ecosystem, and optimizing collaboration and governance. So the way we're going to do it is that we're going to look at the theoretical aspect of it, then we're going to look at the practical aspect of it. So I want you to sit back and learn from this so that once we are done with this theoretical part, we can now go to the demo session whereby we can demonstrate everything we are going to be learning from here today. Okay? All right, and please do not forget to jot down your questions in case you have any question maybe during this session, and you can definitely ask, and we can take it accordingly. All right, so let's proceed. So the first one is understanding SharePoint versioning fundamentals. So now, what is versioning in SharePoint and why is it important? So basically, in simple terms, right? So versioning is actually to control document change, right? So versioning tracks document changes, allowing users to view earlier versions easily. So what does that mean is that if you're working on SharePoint, like we all know from the previous sessions, right? SharePoint is a collaboration tool for Microsoft. So if you are working on the document, just the way you are working on your document on your Windows and maybe on your servers, right? On your SharePoint, when you're working on your document and you are making changes on those documents, there will be changes, right? Let's say you change something from A to B, right? Or you change it from C to D. So instead of that thing getting lost, so Microsoft has made in place what we call versioning to keep those changes that you've made, so that in case you want to go back to it, you can definitely reverse back to what it was before. Let's say, for example, yesterday it was on A, today I change to B, tomorrow I change to C. So let's say, for example, in your organization, there's a change of management and say, okay, this thing that you change to C, I want it to be on A. So let's say, for example, there's no versioning, there's nothing. Immediately you make the change, everything you've made has gone. So you know that there will be trouble. But Microsoft makes SharePoint in a way that if you make any change, anything you make, you'll be able to see them. Any changes you make, you'll be able to see them at the back end. And that is what we call a kind of document change tracking, right? Then apart from that, we have restoration and rollback. What does that, just like I explained now, between A to B or between B to C. So with versioning, it gives you the ability for you to restore and also to roll back. As is restoring, we're going to be talking about restoring when we come to versioning. So, I'm just taking us from what we know to what we don't know, right? Every one of us has used a document before. Every one of us has, made some changes on documents. Even let's say, for example, it's not even on SharePoint, on your local computer, right? You are making changes on it. What SharePoint does for you is that it will save it for you automatically. Let's say, for example, you are working on your machine, for example, and something happens, right? Maybe light went off and everything. What will happen? At the end of the day, you will lose everything that you've made. But in SharePoint, as you are working, those things are saving. As you are making those changes are saving for you independently. At every point in time that you are making those changes, those things will be saving for you independently. So you can go back to that thing which has been saved to those changes and go back and do what? Roll them back or restore them, right? Then apart from that, we have accountability and accuracy. So what does that mean? That you can account for a document. What happened? Let's say, for example, audit team came to you and said, okay, we want to know all the changes have been made on this document and who made the change, right? So as a SharePoint administrator, it will give you that accountability and accuracy. So you don't need to panic because you are working on SharePoint. You are not working on your local computer, whereby all the changes you are making, all of them are just falling apart, right? But for this one now, those changes have been saved somewhere at the back end, whereby an admin or owner of that particular document can see those changes. So that is why it gives you what? The accountability and of course the accuracy as well. So versioning promotes accountability and ensure document accuracy in collaboration. So let me move on to the next one. So type of versioning. So here now we have two types. Three types basically. Two types basically, but we have some other things that we'll talk about alongside. So two things, we have the major version and of course you have the minor version. We have the major version and we have the minor version. So when we talk about the major version, so that major versions represent published drafts and completed documents visible to all users, indicating significant updates. All of us at every point in time we work on document before, right? So now let's say, for example, now we are working on a normal document that is not on SharePoint. So what major version is telling you is this: any changes you are making on those documents. Let's say, for example, now you're just working on a normal computer, right? And you are not making those changes, but you are typing, right? So if you are typing on it and you saved it, so let's say, for example, you are working on it now and you saved it. What you save now has become a major version. So I'm talking outside SharePoint now. I just want to use the logic to explain what major version actually means, right? Let's say, for example, you are working on your computer, you are working on your Excel or Word or something, and you are typing, and that thing that you typed, you saved it before the light goes off, before the computer went off. That becomes your major version because it was saved and it is actually visible to anybody that goes to that particular document at the end of the day. Same thing applies to SharePoint. So, for example, if you are working on your SharePoint and that thing you are working on at every point in time, you are making those changes, right? Those changes are being reflecting for all users at every point in time. Those changes you are making are what we call what? Major versions. Then what is minor version? Minor version are draft or intermittent updates used during review and exiting before formal publishing. So what does that mean is that minor version, you don't need to publish it. Not everyone will see it. So in the course of this training, we're going to be talking about checking in and checking out, right? But let me explain minor version for us. So minor version is when you're working on a document, you have not saved that particular document. It's not available to all users. And I'm just using an analogy outside SharePoint now. You've not saved it, but it's visible to only you. Not every person can see it. You have not saved it, right? So that is actually minor version. That is on SharePoint, we have what we call checkout. So that document, if you check it out, when we do the practical aspect, I will show the checking in and the checking out, right? It's very, very important when we're talking about versioning. Checking in and checking out. That is, you have a document on your SharePoint and you want to be the only person that will see the changes that you've made. All you need to do is to do what? Is to check out the document. So when you check out the document, every changes you made on that document will become a what? It will become your minor versions. So if you don't check it out and you are just working on it, that means every changes you are making, every other person is seeing it. So that kind of version is what we call what? Major version. Now let's talk about the benefits of the version now. The benefits of it. Number one, using major and minor version helps teams maintain clarity on document status and streamline review processes, right? It helps team maintain clarity. That is, if, for example, person A make a change on the document, it will give everyone that clarity that to say, okay, this person has made a change on this particular document. And of course, the streamline review, like I mentioned to us the last time, if someone, for example, now wants to review, maybe an audit team wants to review a document, you have to, review that particular document. And of course, you can get everything that has been done on that particular document. That is actually streamlining and of course, review process. I hope you can still hear me. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go on. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. So now let's move on to the next thing. How versioning supports collaboration and document integrity. So number one on the list here is facilitate collaboration. Like you see over there, it says versioning enables multiple users to work together without overwriting each other changes, enhancing teamwork, right? So with versioning now, like I mentioned to you, if you want to have either major version or minor version, it doesn't affect any other person. As you are making your own changes, the other person too is making his own change as well. So you don't need to, you are not disturbing anyone at any point in time. And that is a good benefit of what? Of versioning. That is, you can decide to check it out and create and make changes on that document to give you a what? A minor version. Now, if you didn't check it out, you're just working on it, in that case, we can call it a what? A major version. The checkout is minor version, not checking out in major version. I will show us during the course of the demo session. Then, of course, we have preserve document history. That is, from here, it says maintain a detailed history of document changes, allowing easy recovery and audit of previous version. That is, it will give you a detailed history of document changes, right? Everything that you've made on that, all the changes that you've made on that particular document, it will give you the ability to do what? To see the history of it. Everything that have been done on the document, all the changes that have been made, you'll be able to see everything, and it will give you the history, recovery, and audit of previous version. That is, previous version, you'll be able to do what? You'll be able to see the audit of the previous version. Then, of course, you see ensures compliance. Versioning supports compliance by securely tracking, edit, and maintaining accurate record for audit. That is, with versioning, it gives the ability to ensure compliance for documents, right? It's ensure compliance because you'll be able to see the tracking, you'll be able to track the edit, who made the edit on it, who downloaded it, and all of those things. You'll be able to see them there, and you can maintain the record for, accurate record. You can get the accurate record for what? For auditing. Then you can see that it reduces risk of errors, minimize risk from accidental edit or deletion by keeping previous version intact. Let's say, for example, now you are working on a particular finance document or an Excel sheet that contains a spreadsheet, maybe a salary, something, maybe your organization. You have a document, and that document will give you have some figures over there, right? Which is actually the salary of all your workers. And accidentally, a user accidentally work or make a change on that particular document. If that document is not on SharePoint, you know that that is actually a big issue for you, because what will happen is that you won't know all the change that the person has made. You won't really understand, right? You won't really understand all the change that the person has made. And in that case, it will cause an issue for you. But with SharePoint make it so easy in such a way that if there's any accidental change, right, made by anybody, number one, you'll be able to see the person that made the change. Number two, you'll be able to restore to the previous version where it was before the change was made. Can you now see how good it is to have versioning on your SharePoint, right? Because it gives you the ability to do what? To make those changes accurately. Now, let's move on to the next one. So here now we talk about the configuring versioning settings in SharePoint as well. So number one here is how to enable and configure versioning in document libraries. So now, in the previous session that we took, I think we've discussed about lists, about library. So by now, I believe we all understand what the list and a library is. So I won't talk about that now. So we assume that you understand a list and a library, but I will show you during the course of this training. So activating versioning, enabling versioning in document library to track changes and maintain document history effectively. So versioning has to do with your what? With your document library and your list. So you use versioning on your document library and your list to track what? All the changes that have been made. You'll be able to use to track it. Then of course you can see customizing version types, right? You can use it to customize version type. That is different versions that we have. Maybe major version or minor version. Let's say, for example, your document, you want it to have a major version or a minor version, depending on your organizational flow, right? You can do that. You can either create a minor version or you can create a major version. Then, understanding default behavior, learn default versioning behavior to ensure alignment with organization document management policy. Depending on your organization, what you guys want in your organization, you can decide to say, okay, I want to enable 100 version. I want my document to keep 100 versions for me of all the changes that have been made on a particular document. I want a document to keep 500 versions. That is 500 changes that was made on that particular document. It should keep it, right? So it should not, it should discard the remaining ones. So we'll get there so that I can show us how to set up the version within our libraries and list as well. Then, of course, here we have the setting version limits and retention policies. So when you hear about versioning and retention, they work hand in hand, just like 5 and 6. They work together because versioning will keep a version for you. When it keep a version for you, that is, it's actually retaining a copy of that for you. And that is what we call what? Retention. That is, versioning and retention work hand in hand together. So versioning limit settings, establishing limits on stored versions, version control storage space, and reduces cluster effectively. That is, let's say, for example, now we made a change, right, on our settings, on our version settings to keep 500 and to keep 100. Now, between 500 and 100, which one will have more space? Which one will consume more space between keeping 500 versions and keeping 100 versions? Anybody? Between 500 and 100, which one will take more space? Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
We can
Yes.
hear
So
you.
between 500, between storing 500 and storing 100, which one will take more space?
500.
500. Good. So now let's say in your organization, you guys do not want to store more storage because you don't want to use a lot of storage, right, on your SharePoint. What SharePoint gives you the ability for you to do was to reduce the kind of versioning that a document can save. So instead of maybe saving 100, instead of saving 1,000, you can just limit to 500. So I can limit the storage that your tenant will be using at the end of the day. Because what it means is that if you have a document that is 10 gigabytes, if you edit that document, it will keep 10 gigabytes as a version. So now, 10 gigabytes times 100 is the storage you are going to be using if you are storing 100 versions. If you are storing 500 version, it means 10 gigabytes times 500. That is the storage you are going to be using on that particular library. Okay, that is the reason why you need to do what you need to set limits for your versioning. Then, of course, we have retention policy automation. Retention policy automate deletion or archiving of old versions to ensure compliance and optimize storage. Right? Retention policy automates deletion or archiving of old versions to ensure compliance and optimize storage. So that's another thing that we also need to look at. We will look at it at the next, when we are doing the demo, I will show us that one as well. Then, of course, we have the permission and user roles for version control. So importance of permission. Permission determines user access rights to view, edit, or delete document versions, ensuring control and security. That means that when it comes to versioning, there are some permissions that you can give. So now that means if I give a user a view permission on a particular document, so that means that person will not be able to do what? Will not be able to delete the version, because if you don't give that if you don't do permission, declaration of permission, right? Anybody that has a delete right on your SharePoint can go ahead and do what? To delete your versioning. But let's say, for example, you only give that person a view right. So that means the person does not have the right, doesn't have the permission to do what? To delete any version within your SharePoint library. So that is one good thing about it as well. Then we have here that permission determine user access rights to view, edit, or delete document versions, ensuring control and security. So that means, based on what I said now, it ensures what? Control and security. So let's say, for example, you give someone an edit permission, or you give someone a delete permission. So that means the person can go ahead and delete everything that you own over there and delete a version. In that case, everything you are saving will have gone. Let's say we don't have a retention policy. That means everything you are saving has gone. So, and you don't want those things to go away, right? So you need to be very careful when you are managing version on who you give permission to. Who you give permission to is very important when it comes to versioning in SharePoint Online and library as well. Then role assignment. Assigning specific roles to users helps maintain proper document security and support version auditability. So that means if you give the right role or right assignment to the right users that you have trained, right? The people that you've trained and how to use SharePoint, the person will not wake up one day and just delete all your versioning. So that means everything about that particular document, every version about that particular document will have what? Will have gone away, which you might not want to do, right? So that's another thing we need to know. Then the practical strategy for document control and versioning. So now leveraging version history for auditing and rollback. So now let's say, for example, we want to make change on a particular document. Maybe you have a document you want to make a change on. Version history allows precise tracking of all the changes made to a document over time. That is, it allows you to track them, all the changes that you have made on a document, and will show us how to do us how to track those things. You can track every changes that have been made on your document, right? You can track all those ones. Then of course you can see identification. Contributor identification. So what does that mean? I told you the last time, if I give you edit on a particular document and you edited the document, it will tell me at the back end that so and so person has edited this document. I'll be able to see your name very plain for me. So that means it shows us the person that is contributing to that document, all the changes that the person has made. I'll be able to see it what at the back end. Then I have version restoration as well. So that means user can restore previous version to recover from errors or unwanted modifications. So let's say, for example, like I mentioned the last time, if you have a document, you mistakenly make a change on that particular document. Let's say, for example, government is asking you for data of 2021, and one way or the other, by mistake, you've made a change on that particular document. There's something missing on it. What happens is that you can go there and restore that previous version so that you can tender it back to the person that is asking you for the information. So that is what we need to note over there. So I'm quickly want to talk about it so that we can move on to the main one, which is the practical aspect of it. Now, managing conflict and preventing data loss. So like I mentioned the last time, we have what we call the check-in and the check-out features in SharePoint Online versioning. So now, what does this feature do for you? This feature helps manage document access, reducing simultaneous edits and preventing version conflicts. So what does this mean? Let's say, for example, user A and user B, they are working on the particular document. And this particular document is a very sensitive document. You don't want user A to make a change on it while you are working on that particular document. Like I mentioned to you the last time, what you need to do first is to check out that particular document. You first of all check it out. So once you check it out, what happens when you check it out? Once you check it out, it allows you to be the only one that can do what? That can see that particular document and that can work on it. All the changes that you have on it, you'll be the only one that can do what? That can see those changes. That is the good part of it. You'll be the only one that can do what? That can see all the changes that you've made at every point in time on that particular document, right? That is one good thing about it that I want us to actually note. Then apart from that, what we have again, we have co-authoring guidelines. So what does that mean? Co-authoring is when you are working together on a particular document, maybe both of you are working together on the same document, establishing clear collaboration rules ensure smooth teamwork and minimize overlapping changes. That is, you know what you're working on, you have given your team member the guideline for working on a particular document. So what happens is that the versioning will give you that guideline for you to be able to work on a document at every point in time. And both of you, everyone that's working on it already have an idea of what we need to do on a particular document. And if there's any conflict at any point in time, you can go ahead and do what and do a restore. Then of course the last one says conflict resolution mechanism. So implementing methods to resolve version conflicts quickly, protect document integrity. That is, if you're able to quickly make a change, like say, for example, now someone, another department of compliance is asking you for a particular document, right? And you see that someone has already altered the document. As an admin, what you can quickly do is do what? Look for the last time the document was worked on. And what can you do? You can just go there and do a what? You can quickly go there and do a restore of that particular for to that particular date that the document was actually the document was actually made, change was actually made on that particular document, right? So give that integrity will be there, right? That integrity will be so there, so that in fact the team that's actually for the document, they'll be very happy because maybe someone has told them before, oh, that document, they've made changes on it, they have even deleted the document, we can't even see it again. But as an admin, you have the capability, right, to go to the back end and restore the version to that particular date that the issue actually happened, right? That is one good thing about versioning. You can see how good it is, right? Can you testify to the goodness of versioning? I believe you can all do that, right? I think does it worth it? Can I hear from someone? Does versioning really worth it from what we've been discussing since? Is anyone there? Can anyone hear me?
Yes,
Yes, it's really worth
hear you.
it.
Yes.
Yes, loud
So
and clear.
what can you say about versioning so far? How does it really make sense to you?
Yeah, of course, it makes serious sense.
Oh, okay. That is very good. So I just want to have that interaction so that we can, I can be very sure that we are all following the whole thing. So now let me go back to it and we can continue from there. So next thing here is best practices for naming convention and comment. So now clear naming convention using consistent and descriptive file names enhances traceability and makes document retrieval faster and easier, right? So what does that really mean? So what it actually means is that the way you save your documents on your library, on your list. Now, if you look at this picture very well now, this is a library, right? Like when you go to the library, you see the shelf and you can see where those items are actually being arranged, right? So this picture now gives us that, okay, for us to actually enjoy versioning, we need to arrange our document properly with the right naming convention on that particular library. We need to give it the right name, the right naming convention. So with that now you'll be able to say, okay, this is folder A and everything on it. If I made a change on the particular file there, I can always go there to reverse it back, right? So naming convention is very good so that it will allow you to track easy tracking of all your items within that particular library. Then, of course, you have detailed comment. That is, you can add your comment on your. So we're going to get to a point whereby we have a check out and check in, right? When you check out the document and you're about to check it in, so that everybody can see it. What does that mean? That means is that before you check it in, it will ask you to add a comment, right? You can add your comment, and that comment will be seen, right, at the back end. So you can say, okay, I'm checking this in because I've made so and so changes on it. So at any point in time, the administrator is trying to restore to that particular version, you will see the reason why you check it in and all the changes you've made, you've paraphrased everything as a comment, right, on that particular version. When you try to check it in, I mean, it will give you the ability for you, every user, maybe an admin, to know and to understand what you did on it as well. Then apart from that, you have improved document management. So combining naming convention with the comments facilitates smoother document management and teamwork efficiency. From what I just mentioned now, you can see truly it will give us that, that smooth document management, right? When you have the right naming convention, right, to give you the right thing, it will give us that smooth document management. Your work will not be scattered all around there and everything, right? So that is one thing I want us to know. Then SharePoint versioning across M365 ecosystem. So now that means versioning, we can actually use it across different ecosystem, right? So we have integration with Teams, co-authoring and chat collaboration. That means, for example, now I want to write down what I want to say right now because it's not here. I think we've done it before, but write this one down that I want to say right now. Now, anytime you share a file on a one-on-one chat, the destination for that is your OneDrive. Okay, write it down. Anytime you share a document with someone in Teams, those files are being saved in your OneDrive. Okay, but anytime you share a file with someone in Teams, inside Microsoft Teams, I know you all know that there's a Teams inside Microsoft Teams, right? Anytime you share a file in a team inside Microsoft Teams, those files are being saved in what? In SharePoint. Because automatically when you create a team inside Microsoft Teams, that team will also create a SharePoint site for you as well. Okay, so note that one down. It's very, very important. And that's why co-authoring comes into place because Teams on its own does not have anything. I used to say it, I used to tell all my guys that work on Microsoft, Team does not have anything. Team goes everywhere to borrow storage. Team does not have any storage on its own. So now for one-on-one chat, it will go Teams will go to SharePoint and to OneDrive to go and borrow storage. For team chat, it will go to SharePoint to go and borrow storage. For, let's say, for example, you are sending emails, it will go to your Exchange Online, to borrow storage and everything. So Teams on does not really have anything like storage. It goes all around to go and borrow storage. And because of that, because you are working in Teams, you know that your destination automatically is SharePoint, right? So that versioning tool still applies there because any change you are making on Teams is being saved on SharePoint. So since it's being saved on SharePoint, all those changes that you've made on Teams will also be captured in SharePoint as well. Then you can see real-time co-authoring. Teams allow multiple users to edit documents simultaneously, improving productivity and teamwork. Like I mentioned, if you make any change on Teams, it will also be saved to what? To your SharePoint as well. Then of course you have integration with SharePoint, right? SharePoint versioning ensures document changes are tracked and managed effectively within Teams. So with versioning now, you'll be able to see, you'll be able to track your document, track everything you are making changes on. And of course, you can, have a very good flow when you're working on your team because at the end of the day, the back end of it is what is still SharePoint. So SharePoint is doing the work for you at the back end. Chat-based collaboration, document sharing and discussion happen simultaneously within team chat and channels. Like I mentioned, team chat, if you drop a file in team chat, it will be saved in your OneDrive. But if you save it in your channel, it will be saved on SharePoint because channel has to go with Teams, right? You can't have a channel without a team, right? You can't have a channel without a team. So since you have a channel, everything you are saving in the channel will be saved in your in your SharePoint. So versioning in OneDrive for business, same thing. The way we have it in your SharePoint, same way we have it in your OneDrive as well. So you can see version control integration. OneDrive integrates SharePoint versioning to track changes and maintain file history seamlessly. So anywhere you hear what SharePoint, I mean anywhere you hear about OneDrive, just know that OneDrive is a sub under SharePoint. So OneDrive is still a kind of OneDrive SharePoint as well. So you can write down what I want to say at the moment as well. So now OneDrive has unlimited storage, right? OneDrive has unlimited storage. And what do I mean by that? So let's say, for example, you have up to 5 licenses with SharePoint Online Plan 2. What does that give you? It gives you the ability to use OneDrive forever. That is, it has unlimited storage. You don't need to go and buy extra storage the way you buy it in SharePoint, right? So what it gives you is that it gives you that ability for you to start increasing your storage. As far as you have like 5 people within your tenant that has that SharePoint Online Plan 2 license, right? It gives that ability for you to do what? To expand your OneDrive. So it's good. OneDrive is good for storage. If you have a lot of things that you want to save, you can buy SharePoint Online Plan 2. You need your tenant. Have like 5 people, you need your tenant has SharePoint Online Plan 2, and you can increase it from 1 terabyte, which is the minimum, to 5 terabytes, and from 5 terabytes to 25 terabytes. So you want to ask me what will happen after 25 terabytes has been exhausted. So what will happen is that Microsoft will also provision another 25 terabytes for you as a what? As a SharePoint site for you as well. And when you finish that one, another 25 terabytes will be provisioned for you. So unlimited storage with OneDrive is always there. Then we have access to previous version, like we have it on SharePoint, also on OneDrive as well. We also have access to previous version. Then of course we have personal and shared file. Versioning applies to both personal and shared file. So as far as you have it inside OneDrive or SharePoint, either personal or work related files, as far as you have it inside your OneDrive or you have it inside your SharePoint, what happens? All your changes will be what? Will be tracked. So that is the way it works. Then notification and workflow automation with Power Automate. So now any changes you made, right, as a version, what will happen? You can create a Power Automate. So I hope you all know now, because I believe that we are here now. I think we have done some training on SharePoint initially, and I've taken us through a lot of series of trainings, right? So by now we should have known that there's an alert on what on SharePoint that make you track all the changes that you've made on SharePoint. But let me tell you that alert is now going, it's going to be retired. So what everyone will go through at the end of the day is what we call the Power Automate. Power Automate is the new workflow that we have in town. So at the point we use before then we have workflow, right? Workflow 2013, workflow 2019, and all of those things, right? So now, info part, we also have info part at a point in time. But all those ones now have been moved to what? Power Automate. So Power Automate now tracks all your anything that has to do with flow, right? Power Automate does it for you. So you can use it to send alert and all these notifications to your users. Then automate workflow processing. Workflow automation reduces manual effort by executing predefined action when version updates occurred, right? So automate will give you that alert. It will reduce manual efforts, right? Instead of you tracking manually, it will trigger alert. If anything happens, maybe someone went ahead to delete a document or someone went ahead to edit a particular document, you can create a flow for it, which can give you an alert if any of the changes are being made on that particular document. Then, of course, we have improved process efficiency. Now, with Power Automate, you can automate your processes, and of course, you can get that. It can give you that response, that automation to track every changes that you've made on a particular document, and of course, it enhance overall productivity. Right at the end of the day, enhances productivity. So instead of you to start tracking one after the other, you have it at a glance. Right, you get your email and you can definitely track it. So, but we're going to look at everything during the course of this. During the course of the next demo, we're going to be looking at. Okay, so in conclusion, right? Achieving effective collaboration and document control. Number one, mastering versioning fundamentals. Understanding version controls basics help maintain document integrity and track changes effectively. That is number one point that you need to know, right? It helps you to track version control effectively. Then, of course, you have practical configuration strategies, right? Proper SharePoint configuration optimizes document management and improves user collaboration. And of course, you have integration with Microsoft 365. Seamless integration with Microsoft 365 tools enhances workflow efficiency and collaborative workspaces. Like I mentioned to us last time, one of the two is OneDrive, one of it is SharePoint, and one of it as well is Teams, Microsoft Teams. And of course, you have governance and workflow streamline. So with workflow, you can actually track everything, governance, compliance, everything. You want to track everything that's happened on a particular document, you can do a what? You can do a workflow for it. So we're going to be stopping here for now before we proceed to taking the practical aspect of it. I hope you are ready for the practical. So I believe we all have a demo session, right? I mean, we have a demo tenant. Is it correct? How many of us have a demo tenant here? If you are with a demo tenant, can you just signify so that we can quickly enter the demo session right now? So anything we are doing, just do it together. How many of us has the demo session? Like you have a demo environment? Or how many of us have worked with SharePoint before? Can you just signify if you have worked with SharePoint before? Just signify for me. Let me just see. All right, so I can see Olomide here. So who else has worked with? I can see Shinedu. Shinedu is here. Hi, Shinedu. I know very well you have worked with SharePoint before, definitely. So what about good luck? Joshua, Josie, Olakunle, Oluwaseun, Packets, Toby, and Uyo, right? Is that Uyo? So have you all worked with SharePoint before or not? So that we can know how to take the demo session. All right. So we're just going to take it directly. We're going to look at it directly right now. So let me quickly go there and we can take it from there, right? All right. So I'm going to stop sharing here. Then we can definitely go to the demo session now. Please give me a moment. Anyone ask question at this point before we go to the, I know we're supposed to take the question and answer after the whole thing, but just to ensure, assimilation so that we don't miss anything along the line. If you have any question, you can go ahead with your question now before we go to the demo session. Or should we proceed to the demo session?
Yeah, I think
Aishat?
we can proceed to the demo session right now because of time. We'll
All
delve
right,
into the
good.
questions later. And for anyone not to forget their question, they can just drop their questions in the chat area.
Absolutely. So let's quickly go on to the demo session, then we can take it from there. Thank you. So I'm going to be sharing my screen now. Just give me a moment, please. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. So can anyone see my screen?
Your screen is visible. Your screen is visible. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that. So now, like we all know, if you are very familiar with SharePoint, this is a landing page for the admin center, right? This is the admin center for SharePoint Online. And so what we have here, so I believe we've gone through this before, but then let me quickly do an overview here, a quick one. So now if you look at this now, we have the SharePoint admin center here. Then we have the sites. We have the site here, which is the active sites. So active sites is where you have all your sites, all the SharePoint sites that you have in your tenant, you'll be able to see them here. Then you have your deleted site, right? So on that deleted site now, you'll see all the sites that have been deleted, right? Within your tenant, you'll be able to see them here. Then to, just to be able to see all the policies you have within your tenant, you can definitely see them right here, right? So you'll be able to see, I think we've taken this session before, but I'm just doing like a recap before we go to the version proper. So now you can see the sharing here. You have anyone with the link, we have new and existing guest user, we have guest users, existing guests, and we have only people in your organization. So these are the things that we have right here, right? When it comes to sharing settings. Then of course we have the main settings, which is this. So this is the main settings whereby you can do settings for both the SharePoint and of course the OneDrive as well. So you have it here, you have all the settings here. You can even see the versioning history limits and everything. You have all of them here. But definitely we'll get to this, right? So, but what is the first thing we are going to be looking at here? Versioning. When it comes to versioning, how do we, so I think we are going to start from this particular place here, which is the main one. So when we are talking about SharePoint, this is the SharePoint Admin Center. So Admin Center is where you control everything that happens within SharePoint. So this Admin Center now is only available for the administrators. I hope you all understand what administrator is basically. So this is the person that has all the right within your what, within your tenant to do as much thing as possible, right? So now, here now, everything you do here controls what user have from their own end, what user can do from their own end, right? So now let's start from the versioning history limit here. Now, when you look at the version limit history, version history limit, and when you click on it, you see what automatic, manual, and when it comes to manual, it means that with manual, it doesn't what, it doesn't save automatically, it doesn't versioning is not controlled automatically. So that means the administrator need to set what version you want to keep. Automatically, by default, the minimum version is what, 500, but you can reduce it to 100. That is the minimum you can go. By default, the default value is 500, but the minimum is what, 100. You can see it's already told us that the minimum is 100 and the highest is 50,000. So that means if you, let's say for example now, if you do it automatic, so it will keep a minimum of what, 100 and maximum of what, 50,000. So if you do automatic now, if you can do automatic up to like 5,000, 50,000 versions. But because I told us the last time that versioning actually takes part of your what, storage. So let me show us what the storage is. Let me quickly close this and show us the storage. So I'm going to cancel this and quickly show us the storage for our tenant. So now if you look at the top here, you see the storage, right? Let me just pick a site brand. Just pick a site, for example, and you can see this is my storage at the moment. That means at the moment now I have what, 1.24 terabytes available of 1.24 terabytes. So what it means is that I have 1.24 terabytes of storage that I can use on my tenant, right? So that means all those storage now can be shared among all the sites that I have here. And for this particular site here, you can see this site now only use 0.00 gigabyte of storage so far. So that means this site now is actually very free, has not used anything here. So let me go back to version. So the reason why we are reducing the version, we don't make it automatic, is that so that it can you can maximize your storage. Because let's say, for example, I do automatic now, that means you can save up to 50,000 items. And let's say, for example, a particular document is 10 gigabytes or 10 MB, for example. If you make 50,000 of that, so that means 50,000 and what times what times, let's say, for example, the file is 10 MB. That means it's 50,000 times 10 MB. That is the number of storage that only particular document will take out of your storage, right? So now let me go back to that again, to the settings again. So I'm on the settings now, and I go to the version history limits, right? So on this version history limits, I can decide to do automatic. So if I do automatic here, remember everything I do here applies to all your sites because this is the admin center. Everything you do here applies to all your sites. Okay, so if I go ahead to save now, it will ask me, it said, the limit applies to all new document libraries in SharePoint and all new OneDrive accounts created after you confirm the change. So if I go ahead now to confirm the change now, that means any new document I create now on my OneDrive or my SharePoint, also automatically we have what we call automatic versioning. So that means they can save up to 50,000 version on just a particular document, and you can see how much storage space that will have taken from you. So it's better we do what, it's advisable to go for what, for manual versioning, so that it doesn't eat out of your what, of your storage space that you have. Okay, so now let's go back now and pick manual versioning. So now, under this manual versioning now, we have set it up to the word 500. So we have set it to 500. That means 500 will be the versioning. So what happens after this thing hit 500? What will happen? Time, delete version after this period of time. So that means after the 500 is what is completed, what should happen? That means number one, you should delete it after 3 months. It should delete it after 6 months. You should delete it after 1 year, or you can do a custom. That is, if I go ahead for custom now, I can decide to say, okay, after how many days or how many months or how many years. Let me say in days now, let me just put one here. If I put after 2 days, no greater than 2. So that means I can't do, so by default, it keeps 30 days, right? So by default, it keeps 30 days. So I can't do 2. So I can only do 30 days. So I can put 30 days there. So that means after 30 days, you should delete those old versions. That is the implication. So what happens is that after the 500 is completed, and you said, what should happen? So once it hit the 500, the 501, right, will be deleted. 502 deleted. 50, like anytime it gets to that 501, right? You know you are making those changes. It will keep deleting them after 30 days has expired, right? That is one good thing about this. And you can decide to set your version. Let's say, for example, I want to set 200 here, and I save it. 200 version, and I save it. It will apply to all my documents on my on my SharePoint site. That is one good thing about it. Then, let's say, for example, I want to cancel this now. I want to review my storage as well. You can see storage also has what? Automatic or manual as well. So if I go to my storage, currently I'm on automatic. What automatic means that any site can pull storage at any point in time. Maybe a site A, site B, site C, site D, site E, site F, right? So now what it means is that at every point in time, if the storage is low on site A, for example, instead of the site to be waiting for the admin to come and increase the site storage. So what happens is that automatically SharePoint will assign storage to that particular site. It will never run dry unless the storage for the whole tenant is, has been used up, right? If there's still more storage on the tenant level, automatically the site will get extra storage as well. Then, but if let's say, for example, I'm doing manual, for example, if I'm doing manual means that if I have versioning on my document and I have up to 50,000 versioning for a particular document, and I have up to like 50,000 documents as well, you can see it will get to a point that anything I've set for that particular site, it will get to a point that it should not be enough, right? So I will have to come manually to come and do what? To come and increase it. So how do I increase it? I'll just come here. I'll go to the site here, look for the site that I want to increase. Let me say brand, for example. Now, I want to increase this site now. This site has used the storage, right? And I want to increase the storage here. How do I increase it? How do I increase this? So I can just come here and say, okay, I don't know, maybe I think I should have access here. Let me see. Okay, I think I don't have access here. Let me use another site. For example, let me use another site. Let me use another site. Okay, so here now, let me go to settings. We have the Teams conversation here. We have private, but I need to increase the storage, right? General. See. Okay. So basically I'm not sure I'm the site admin on this particular site. So what I need to do, let me add myself first as the site admin for this site. Let me see if I will be able to see it after that. So give me a moment. Let me quickly add myself here. Or let me use any site that I know I have access to. Let me look for demo sites, for example. Okay. Okay. You don't have access here as well. Site admin. Okay. Okay, on this one, I think I have. So let me see on this particular one. Okay, I will show us, maybe I will show us later on how to do this from here, right? I will show us the story message. So I will add myself so that I can do the story for you guys from here. So let me quickly go to that. Let me quickly go to that settings at the moment. So from here now, I'll come and I can change the settings from here. So now let's say, for example, I'm actually on the storage here now. I can just come here and say, okay, for manual or for automatic. So now, my site is on automatic, right? My site is currently on automatic. So now let me put it on manual and click on save. If I put it on manual now, so let me go back and see, is it on manual? Yeah, currently now is on manual, so I should be able to see the storage now. Maybe it might take a while to come up because it was currently, it was before. Okay, now it's there. Now you can see. Now we have it. I hope you can all see it, right? So let me go to that my site brand. So if I click on this brand here, I'll be able to see storage. So before, I was not able to see storage because of what? That's another thing. Let's say, for example, you have a customer, right? Maybe you support customer or maybe within your tenant, and the person said, okay, I want to increase the site, right? Sorry for a particular site. But here, you are not able to see the what? You are not able to see storage here. What do you need to do? So as an administrator, you need to first of all go and check. Is your site on what? Is it on automatic or manual? That is one of the issues that you can face, right? So if it's on automatic, you won't see the storage here. But if it's on manual, you will see the storage. So just click on the storage here now. And automatically by default, you have 25 terabytes by default. So that means your site can use up to 25 terabytes of storage. So that is the implication of it. That is, on a single site, you can use up to what? 25 terabytes of storage on a particular site. But does that mean that that your SharePoint actually have 25 terabytes of storage? No. For this site now, I only have 1.24 terabytes. So for me now, that means on a particular site, I can use up to 25 terabytes. So what do I need to do? I need to purchase what we call the extra file storage, right? I need to purchase what we call the extra file storage so that I can use up to what? I can use on a particular site up to 25 terabytes. Okay, so now let's go back to where we were before. Let me close this guy out. Good. So now let me go back to that settings, which is here. So the settings now, we've successfully able to do what? Do our versioning here, make it to be 500, and of course we've set the time to the time that we want to, maybe 600, 6 months or 1 year. You should delete the versioning after that particular point in time, right? Good. So now what will happen after this? We can now go to a particular site and okay, I can say, okay, let me go to a particular site here and say, let me use that my demo site. Let me use that demo site to, let me use my demo site. Or let me create a new site. Okay, let me use the opportunity to just create a new site so that we can all see how to create a new site. Now, let's say, for example, for this particular training now, I want to create a new site now. I want to show us how versioning works from this trash, right? So let me do that right now. So if I want to create a site, I will click on create from here. Then what can I do here? I have two templates here, which is team site and a communication site. So team site basically is being used for collaboration within your tenant. You want to collaborate maybe on documents, on different things, right? You can use team site to collaborate. But communication sites, maybe you want to teach out news and newsletters and so on and so forth, right? You can use communication site to do that. And apart from that, you also have other templates here that you can use, right? Which is team site, document center, enterprise wiki, publishing portal, content center, and more templates. You see, have more templates more than this, right? That you want to use. So for this particular training, because it has to do with only what? Only document management. So I'm going to be going with document center, right? So I will just say, okay, I will call this training, I will call this site, the name of this site, I will call it training, October training. Let me call it October training. Then I can add myself here as the admin for this particular tenant. So I can add myself here as the admin for this particular tenant. Then I can go to the next. So from here now I can see, okay, the default language is English. My time zone, I can take my time zone here, which is Nigeria time zone. So I can go there and pick it up, which is this, okay? So now I can decide to say, okay, what is the storage limit for this particular site? So because what I want to do here is very limited, I can just say, okay, 1 gigabyte is okay for me here. I don't want to go beyond 1 gigabyte storage. So for me, I can just say, okay, I think I'm good to go. And I can click on create. So once I create a site, the site is getting created now. It might take a while to get created, and you can see over there, right? The site is getting created at the moment. You can see the site is getting created at the moment. To take a few minutes, then you can see it's being created so that we can use that particular site and see how we want to take versioning from the scratch, right? So with this versioning now, you have the opportunity to know what is a library. You have the opportunity to know what is a list. For people that missed the last class, I will show us how to create a list, how to create a library, and how to manage versioning on them as well. So let us give it a moment um, while we create the site. So if you have your own tenant, you can just go along as well and go ahead to create your own site that we want to use for this particular training. And you can go ahead and let's see how it goes. So let's wait for that to be created. I think it's taking time now, but we just wait for it to be created. I think it's taking a while, but let's see how it goes. Okay, it's creating a site. So one thing again that you need to know is that once you create your site, it will pick your domain name. Domain name is actually it's one of the things that you need to be very careful about within your SharePoint, right? Because at any point in time that you create your site, it will pick your domain name, right? So that means the first thing that you need to know when you are creating your tenant. What do I mean by tenant? I mean your Office 365 account is the name you want to use, right? So the name you want to use will be your what? Will be your domain name at the end of the day for your SharePoint site. Now for Exchange Online now, you can use different domain name, but when it comes to SharePoint Online, you can only use what? You can only use one domain name. You can't use multiple domain names for SharePoint sites at every point in time. Okay, so I think just not to waste time, maybe I can just use a different site. We can use that one to, let me just refresh to see, maybe we have the site already. Okay, it's still creating a site. So, okay, nothing is there yet. So I think it takes time because of all the provisioning and everything, right? It might take a while for it to be created, but we can still proceed and use a different site entirely. Let me see if I have any test site there. Okay. Test new site. Let me see the sites and let's see if we can use it. Okay, okay. I think it's a demo site now that we have, yeah. So this is exactly the way your document center will look like. You can see, for as many of us that have not used a document center site before, this is the way document center looks like, right? This is the look and feel of a document center site. I know you are very comfortable, you are used to team side, you are used to communication side, right? But now this is a document center site, and you can see the look and feel, right? This is the way it looks like for document center site. So, and like this one now, this is what we call a communication site. This is a communication site. This is the look and feel for a communication site. You can see the way it is to this particular one. And both of them can still manage your document as well. Both of them can manage your document. So now, let's say from this particular document center site now, I want to do what? I want to create my library and I want to create my list. So let's do that right now. Do we have any question on the charts? I think someone dropped a question, right? Something. Oh, okay. Someone is asking question, right? So, okay, yeah, we'll definitely look at this.
Yes,
Shinedu, we'll
thank you
definitely
very
look at,
much.
yeah,
Thank you very much, Rotimi Oloto. Yes, I was waiting for us to be done with them, but I think you can actually take the questions. They have been waiting there for a while, so just wanted us to wait.
oh, yeah.
So,
So maybe I can just take
yeah,
the question as they're coming in so that,
yes, I think we should
yeah,
do that now. Somebody was actually giving a
yeah,
thought about how versioning relates with co-authoring. So, is
absolutely.
there a link between versioning and co-authoring? Are
Yes,
you
he
there?
said, yeah, he said, I think versioning and quartering works hand in hand. Versioning keeps the record of individual changes on file, which is actually very correct. Yeah, it keeps changing of your record on individual file that is being changed. So, like I mentioned last time, right? So versioning, for you now, you can see your versioning. You can actually see all the changes you've made on file, not on document, right? You can't see it on document, but you can see it on files. So the versioning are being retained on files and not on folders. Okay. So my question is, this person is now asking question. He said, my question is, versioning will take up so much storage. So how can we mitigate this? Do we turn on versioning completely? No, the answer is no, right? But how do we do that? So instead of, okay, let me quickly show, let me start from this question, right? So we already have our document here, right? So these are document library, for example. So now, how do we control versioning here? Now, first thing first, let me show us how to control the versioning from here. So one thing that you can do to control your versioning is to come to library settings here. So you have what we call your library settings here. So you click on more versioning. Okay. So you click on more versioning here, and so from there now you can see versioning settings. Okay. So all you need to do is to click on the versioning settings. So from here now you can see it says document version history, version timeout. So here now you can see no versioning, create major version, create major and minor version. So by default, it's always on create major version. So that is the default settings that you always see there, because like I mentioned to us the last time when I was presenting to us what we have on the slide, your major version is what user will see at their hand. From their hand, they will see major version. And you can see by default, it's actually on the major version. But the next one to it is what is the major or the minor version. Here now, you can do what? You can create a minor version, you can create a major version as a draft, just the way you want to have it. But now, go to your question now. How do we, he said, my question is versioning will take up so much storage. So how can we mitigate this? Now, because it will take so much space, it now depends on your organization. Let's say, for example, you have a file or you have a lot of documents. You know that you are going to use a lot of documents within your tenant, right? So how do we mitigate it that doesn't use so much space, so much storage? So here now, instead of having 500, right, you can go ahead and do what? 100. You can go and do 100. So with this 100 now, that means it will only keep 100 versions. Okay, it will keep 100 versions. Another way to ensure that you don't use so much storage space is by doing what? Is by going to do automatic, right? Or you can do manual. So now versioning are deleted when they exceed the following number of days. So now let's say, for example, now I do manual and I put 30 days there, for example. Okay, if I put 30 days here now and I save it, every document on this particular library, as you are making changes on it, and those changes are being, those things are being, there are some changes on it, right? So what happens is, once you get to 30 days, those versions will be what? Will be deleted totally. So that is how to keep what? That is how to manage your storage on your SharePoint Online. But I've not shown us how to even see the document basically. Let me quickly go there so that this thing actually makes sense to us, right? So let me show us quickly how to manage those major version, minor version that we're talking about from now on, right? So now, from here now, we can create file, we can create folder. Like I mentioned to us, we can't actually manage versioning on the folders, right? You can't manage versioning on the folder. As an individual, as a user, you can't manage it on the folder, but you can manage it on the what? On a file. You can see here now, I can't see any version here. So, but if I go ahead now to create a file, let me go ahead to create a file here. Now, this is a document. So I put text there, for example, now. So automatically it saves, right? So I need to add, okay, maybe I can down later. But basically, you can see this is the document here, right? You can see this is the document right here. So now, what does it what does it mean now? I can come here and click on these three dots, and I can see my version from here, version history. Can you see there's version history there? So now, what does this red point here means? Last time I was talking about check-in and check-out. Anytime you see this red button here, it means that this icon here means that this file has been what? Checked out. So, and if you check that, what kind of version will it create? Anybody? If you have your answer, drop it on the chat. If you have the answer, drop it on the chat. What kind of version will it create? The way I checked it out now, if I'm making any changes on it, what kind of version will it create? Number one, will it create a major version or will it create a minor version? Who will answer the question? If you have the answer, just drop it on the chat. Will it create a major version or will it create a minor version?
Anyone?
Yes. So I'm asking that, will this actually create a minor version or a major version to the audience now? So, okay, good, I can see. Someone already typed the answer. So definitely the answer is what? A minor version. The answer is what? A minor version, because you see that the document has been what? Has been checked out already. It will create a minor version for it. So now, how do I make it to create a major version for me? How do I do that? So for me to create a major version, I can just come here and do what? And check it in. So for me to see check-in, I can see it here. I will click on more and I click on check-in. So check-in now, I will have to put what? Comment. So why am I checking a file in? Okay, the changes have been made. The changes have been made. Okay. All right. So let me click on check-in now. The changes have been made. And I can see it over there, right? So now let me share this document with us now on the chat. I'm going to share the document with us on the chat, and I want us to make changes on it. And I want to see the changes real time. Every one of us on this call, let's make changes. Just write your name on the document. I'm going to share with us with anyone with the link now, and let's see how it goes. Then we're going to see the versioning as well. Okay. So now if I want to share with everyone, I don't want to put your email address here. So all I will have to do is to come here and I click on what. So here now, I don't have anyone. So how do I make it? How do I ensure that anyone actually shows up here? So what I will have to do is that I will have to know the name of the site, which is demo site. So I'll just come here and look for demo site. right? Look for demo site here. I will look for demo site, which is this. Then I can do the sharing, right? Okay, you can see it's actually only people in your organization that can do that, right? So what we have to select is what anyone. So if I select anyone now, I'll be able to share those documents with anyone, right? So I'll click on save right here. So if I click on save now, and I go back to my site, then let me refresh now. Let's see, maybe we'll see anyone now. Okay, now I want to share this file now. Can you see? Automatically, the anyone will definitely come out, which is this, right? So I will select anyone. Then, do I need to password it? Should I password it or not? So I can decide to say, okay, what is the permission that anyone can do here? Can they view or edit? So I'm going to give you edit or review. Yeah, I can review. I can say, okay, you can review this, right? Review means you can edit it, right? Then I can put expiration dates. Let's say, for example, I want it to expire on the 27th. So I can put Monday 27th there. By default, automatically it will expire on the 27th. And I can decide to password it. But for now, I won't password it. And we want it to be available for everyone on this call. So I'll just copy it and definitely I will drop it on this chart here. So I want everyone to open it and make some changes on it. So just write your name on it, and I'm going to be at the lookout for it here. All your changes, I'm going to be looking for it here so that we can see if you're able to make changes on it. So let me select something here. You select general. So anyone, yeah, unrestricted. So good. So something happened. Let me just make it properly for now. Let me just refresh. Is anyone able to see it? Is anyone able to access it? Are we able to access the file?
I
If you're able to
haven't
access
been
it,
able to.
let me know. Sorry, Aisha,
No,
are you able to access the file?
No, not at all. It's not accessible
Do you get any error
from
message?
my end. It's just saying officeapps.live.com server IP could not be found.
Okay, if you get an error, just okay. Someone is able to access it. I think Tammy is able to access it, right?
Yeah, let's
Tammy,
see.
are you able to access it? Let me know. Just give me a thumbs up if you're able to access it. Give me a thumbs up if you're able to access it. Aisha, can you help me drop the error message you got on the chat so that we can all see it and troubleshoot together?
Oh, okay, I'll do
So
that.
yeah, so Tammy, can you? Yeah, okay. Someone is dropping something here, but I can't
Okay.
edit. So you can see, but you can't edit, right? Good. So this person can see, but I can't edit too. Okay, will not be found. Oh, okay. This might be an error. That might be an error message. So I mean, sorry, that might be an internet issue, basically.
I think so.
For
Yes,
this,
I think it is.
yeah, for this person too that getting Microsoft Word, let me see. For Michael, I think you can use a different. Just use online. Just take the what is it called now? The link and just put it on your browser. So let me try and give you guys access to it for you to be able to review or to be able to edit rather. So let me do that now. And oh, I didn't save it. Sorry. Apply. Anyone, right? Anyone can review. Yeah. Okay. So let me also try it for my hand here. So I'm going to drop a new one. So let me see if we can edit that one.
Okay, this one says you need to check out the document before you are able to edit.
Okay, it said we need to check out the document, right, before you can make changes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. So we are going to resolve that shortly. So let's just get feedback from everyone now before we proceed to resolve that. We're going to resolve it together. So we are trying to cause an issue now, then we are trying to fix the issue together so that we can know how to resolve it. All right. So now to fix this issue now, first thing first, let's even disable anything versioning here. First of all, sorry, let's disable anything checking out and checking in for now. So that with that we can get somewhere. So here now we go to versioning settings. And here requires checkout. So this is the reason why you are not able to, work on it, because it requires you to check out the file before you can work on it, right? So I'm going to put this one on no, for example, for now. I'm going to click on OK. So can we all confirm now? Just refresh your browser and let me know if you can edit now. Just let me know if you can edit now. Yeah. So it said check out the document before you can write the error message, right? So now, can I get confirmation from anyone of us if you're able to edit now?
Okay, there are too many sites.
Sorry, what did you say?
There's error, too many requests.
Too many requests. Okay. We're going to fix that now. Let me quickly apply label to this. Oh, working with your phone. Okay, someone is working with his phone. Okay, same error. Okay, so now you can see the way we are troubleshooting the error. We are troubleshooting the issue now. So with this now, you'll be able to understand how to work with SharePoint files and libraries, right? So now let's look at the error now. So people are getting asset denied, right? So let's try and go ahead to fix the issue of that asset denied error that we're getting. Okay, so I'm going to do that again. I'm going to share the link again with us. Allow. Then I'll come here and anyone can edit here. So let me use can edit here and click on apply. Okay. So now I've copied the link now. Please use this new link now that I just shared now. Can you use that new link that I just shared? Let's see what we have. Let's see maybe it's working now or not.
They're saying too many requests.
Okay, you see, we are still having same error as well, right? Good.
Yeah,
so we are going to get there. So let's see why we are getting error. We need to be sure why we are getting error. So let me just quickly refresh one more time. So now let me share this file again. So, but before that, I need to apply label on the document. Let me try and see if I can apply label on the document for now. Then we can take it from there. Okay, does it have, okay. I think that's
permission to access this resource.
Sorry, what did you say?
You don't have permission to access this resource.
Okay, you don't have permission to access this resource. Okay, perfect. So now let's go back now and see why are we getting error message. So another way for you to check is you go to manage access here. We want to see why we are getting error, right? So we have two links here. First of all, let's even delete the two links that we have here. First of all, let's remove it totally. So with this one now, it has removed your access totally now. So now we have two persons here. We have a group and we have link. Right. So now let's try and share here again. No, I'm not going to share directly because I don't have your email address. But let me share with you directly again and let's see what we have this time around to see if the issue is now fixed or not. So I'm going to share this link. Anyone with the link can edit. Yeah, anyone with the link can edit and then click on apply. So I'm going to drop this one for us as well. So let me just give me a moment. Let me drop it for us right here. Give me a moment. Okay, let me drop on the chart. Okay, now can we try this? Is it fixed now or not? Let's know maybe the error is fixed or not. If you're having too many requests, we can use a different site entirely. So if we are still getting that, that means we might be getting too much requests on this particular site. So let me get feedback from us. Are we getting the same error? No permission to view resource, asset denied. Okay,
I
good.
got access denied.
Or asset denied. Now let's use a different site entirely. Let's use this site, for example. Let's use this site, and we'll go back there again. So that there might be some settings there. So this might be the issue that you are facing. Like maybe you are in the support line and you are facing issues, right? So this might be an issue that you might be facing at every point in time, right? So now let me go somewhere now. Let me see if my site has been created. October. Okay, October training. Okay, now this is the site that we created earlier, right? This is the main site we want to use. But before we start, right, let's confirm on this site that this site will allow us to share with anyone. So that is the first thing first that we need to check, right? So we need to check that okay, anyone can share. So we put that on anyone, and we can click on save. That's the first thing. You can see this is a brand new site, so we shouldn't have any issue on this particular site now. So I'm going to save this, then I can enter the site, which is this particular one. Let me refresh. Good. So now let me come here now, and what do I want to do now? So I want to create a document here. I want to create a document. But before we do this, don't forget it's already checked out, right? So let's even disable the checkout option first. Let's disable the checkout option first by going to library settings and go to versioning settings. Then we can go to where we can go to select this one to be no. Then you can see that currently it's on major versions, right? No time limit. Then we can save this. Click on OK to save it, right? So after this, now what's the next thing? So we can go back to that document now, and so from here now, let's check this one in. So we come here and check this. So I don't want to put any comment. I will quickly check it in, so that at least I can have it for everyone, right? So that I can just come here now and say, okay, this document is opening. Let me put something here. Okay. So while we're waiting for this to load, so I'm just going to share this with us again. This particular one, I'm going to share that with us, and let's see the behavior. Apply. Okay. Okay. So now let me drop this one for us now. Can you confirm that one? If you can access, let me know if you can access that. This document was open as read only. Edit the document. with other people. Let me see. So you can't edit this document with other people. So now, initially it has versioning. Versioning was there initially, but at this point now, let me just create my own from the scratch, right? Let me create my own library from the scratch. So I'll just come to library here. Then I can create a new document library. Because that one already has a check-in, so let me create a document library. So for me to create that, I'll just come here, then create a document library. So if I come to document library now, I can say, okay, test library. Test library create. So I just created a test library now. So, and it's here at the moment. Then I can come in and I can see Word document, right? So let me pick Word document for now. Then I can put my things here. Let me say testing. Okay. So let me apply label to this particular one. Let me just say personal, then okay. So now it has been saved. Now, this particular document, now let me now share this with us. Copy links. Now, anyone with the link has been copied. So I will now go ahead to share this with us now. So now, all these things we are doing now, we are doing troubleshooting. This is what we call troubleshooting, right? So I can come here and say, okay, yeah, I just drop it now, right? Can you all confirm you can access that one I just dropped right now? So you should be able to have access to this. Can you confirm? So I will monitor it from here to see if anyone is collaborating with me on that document.
Yes, I can access it.
Now you can see someone is already. So just put your name down. Just enter. Just click on enter. Just put here. Just put your name down. I can see Aishat here. I can see Temi. Temi is actually working here as well. So can someone else drop? Just write your name. Just write your name so that at least we know that okay, we are collaborating at the same time. Yeah, I'm still waiting for more people to drop comments.
It is saying too many requests from my side.
Oh, too many requests. Can you use in private browser? Just use in private browser and see the behavior.
Same thing.
Oh, same thing. So we have few people now that are having the same thing. Okay, now for you guys that are having the same thing, is it possible if you can drop me your email address? So we just want to see. I will just share with you with your email address. I think maybe it might be because on this particular library we have a lot of people, have it open at the same time. But let's just share with me your email address, and I can share that with you. Just drop your email address, a test email address, so I can share with you. Then we can look at it quickly. If you can do that, yeah. So just someone just drop email address for me now. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to share this with you now directly. Then you should be able to have access. Okay, so here I need to click on share. So if I want to share now, I need to click on share and click on what? Edit here. And I can just put your email address. I just added your email address now. Then let me see someone else. Okay. Let me look for Jamie and add as well. Okay. So one more person to go. Okay. So I'll click on send. So all of you supposed to get an email now. Okay, let me see specific people. Oh, okay. I think I chose anyone, right? So that is the reason why. So now let me copy the link first. All right. Can you check your email now if you got something? And you can as well use this link as well. Okay, someone just changed the name to testing. Yes, document. So someone changed that to yes document. So now let me refresh now. We can see it was modified by guest contributor, right? Now, let's look while we are waiting for other people to confirm they can access it. So I'm just going to show us how to check the version in here. Okay. So how many versions do we have on it already? So already now we already have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 versions here. Okay, we have 3 versions here. Version 1, version 2, and version 3. So now you can see the way you will know that it's a major version is that here you can see it's 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, right? That is actually shows that it's a major version. So, but if I want you to create a minor version, the minor version will be what? 0.1, 0.2, or 1.1, something like that. So let's quickly do minor version now. Remember, for me to do a minor version, I will have to check out this particular document. So from your hand, you will not be able to edit it once I check it out, right? So I will have to come here now and do what? Yes. So now I want to create a minor version. So I will have to check it out first. So let me check it out. Oh, it's being used by some people. Yes. So if you have it at your end, please let me close it. Oh, okay, I mean you still can't access it. Maybe you have policy at your hand as blocked. Did you go through email? The email I share with you. Go to the email I share with you and let's see. Oh, you went to the email and you're still able to access it. Okay. We will look at it and see where the error is coming from. But for now, let's look at what we have here. Okay. Please, if you have it at your end, just let me close it. If you have it at your end, just close it. Close the document if you have it at your end so that we can do the minor version. Okay. So now I've closed it at my end now. I want to check it out. Let me see if I can check it out now. Okay, it's still locked, right? Okay. It wasn't checked out. Let me see why we are getting that. Okay, so is this saying that I'm still the one that is, I still have it locked for me, right? Because, I just close it. Maybe it might be taking a while for it to do what? For it to propagate. But anyways, let me create a new document here just to show us how minor version is, right? So I'm going to create a new document here. And I'm going to create a minor version on it and we'll see how it looks like. Testing minor version. So let me apply label on this one as well. Let me call it personal, then testing minor versions. Okay, so now it's saved now, right? So now let me close it. And let me refresh. So now let me see if I will be able to check this out. But I'm doubting I will be able to check it out. Okay, good. I was able to check this out now. Good. Now, if I check this, let me go and check the version I have on this first. How many versions do I have on it before I check it out? Now I have 3 versions on it, right? One is 551. The two of them are actually 551, right? So now I want to make a minor version on this now, a minor version. So now let me make a change on this. Minor versions, minor. Okay. Minor version, minor. Then click on close, right? So let me refresh it and let's see what we have. So now if I go to version history now, let's see what we have. So it hasn't created it yet. So it's supposed to give us either 4.0 or 0.1, just to make it a minor version. But let me quickly add one more thing to it. Let's see. Let me just take it time to just load. Let me just add one more thing to it. Let's see what we have. Testing 1, testing 2, testing 3. So from your hand, can you confirm to me, are you able to see minor 2, testing 2, testing 3? So automatically, you're not supposed to see it. Can you confirm from your hand? Can you see this minor? For people that are able to access this document, can you confirm if you can see? Oh, I've not shared with you, right?
This
Okay, let
document
me
is
please
not
share that.
shared.
Okay, yeah, let me please share that with you. I've not shared that with you earlier. Let me see. Let me see first if the version has been created. Yeah, still not created, right? Okay, no problem. So let me please share this with us and see. Let me see what you will be able to get from there. Copy link. Okay, so settings can edit, right? Okay, good. So apply. Let me see what you have from your hand. I'm not going to share that with you. Okay, so I don't know. I think it might be giving us an error to share with multiple people at once. So maybe if who was able to access via email from the one I shared? Who was able to access via email from the one I shared, please? If you're able to access what I shared with you via email, just drop a chat for me, the one I shared with you earlier. If you're able to access via email, let me know. And if you are not able to access, I know Okoyemi has already told me that I can't access it, but any other person, I think here I have Yemi Oluwaseun and other guys. So please, if you are able to access it or not, let me just know so that I will be able to know if you are able to access it or not.
Couldn't access it via email.
Okay, you were not able to access it via email, right? But did you get the email?
I got the email, but when I clicked, it told me permission. It came with some errors.
Okay, you got an error, right? Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So which one is it? Testing yes, right? Now you got the error from. Okay. Testing yes, that you got the error from, right? So let me do something for you to see if you can access it. Okay, now I'm going to remove this. Okay, let me just remove this now and see. Let me stop sharing. Let me stop sharing for all users here. Then I'm coming to grant permissions. Let me grant permission directly from here. Require sign in. Yeah, you might have to sign in. Yeah, let me allow you to sign in to this. Sorry, we just responded now. I think it's Oluwaseun, right? Let me quickly give you. Okay, let me just give all of you access from here. Okay, let me also give me as well. Think, oh yeah, I think a drop is on for me. Okay, so I'll allow you to send email, but for now, let me even give you full control for now. Then let me click on send. Oh shit, okay, I think I missed one out. Sorry, let me copy that. Okay, so if you're not able to access with this, then I'm gonna have to create it as a guest user from Azure. But let's see what we have now. Can you confirm if you got that? Just confirm if you're able to see that from your end via email. Can you confirm if you're able to see that via email? So let's see what we have here. Okay. Oh, okay. Now, can someone tell me why I'm not able to see manual version here? Can someone tell me why I'm not able? Remember the settings that we said the last time, right? Can we all remember the settings? So now let's fix this issue now. You can see from here now, I'm not able to see my manual version. What is happening? Why am I not able to see my manual version? Can someone just tell me? Can someone tell me why I'm not able to see manual version here? Who wants to try? Why am I not able to see manual version? So just to answer that question, so the reason why I'm not able to see manual version is because from the settings that I set for this library, I only set it to be on major version. So I need to select major and minor version. Oh, you didn't get the email? Someone said you didn't get the email. Did anyone get it apart from is there another person that was able to get it? Let me know if you're able to get it or not.
I got the email, but I'm still getting access denied.
You're still getting access. Did you sign in?
Yes, I signed in with the email that you sent it to.
Oh, okay, no problem. I will try something with you again. So now for this one, I just quickly fix the issue of minor version and major version. So now let's quickly fix that issue now. So I need to go now over here. Now you can see we said create major versions. So for this one now, there's nothing like minor version at all. It will even create minor version for you. So please do not make this mistake when you are working on your document, right? If you want it to create a minor version for you, all you need to do is to do what? Select create major and minor version, which is the draft, right? So once you select this, you just click on OK here. So once you click on OK, automatically you'll be able to create a minor version. So now let's go back. Okay, what is the name of our library? Test library. Now let's test it out now and see. Now let me make changes on this particular document one more time. Still no access. Okay, I will give you access. I will try and give you access to the site then. Let's see what we have from there. I think it's loading slowly. Let me see. Sorry, you can't edit. Okay. So let me do something. Let me check it in. Then we can try again to check it out. Let me check it in. At least. Now you see now you have minor version and you have what? Major versions. So now which one do I want to use? Now, before I wasn't able to see minor version at the back end, right? So now for me to be able to, create this now, what I would just have to do is to click on check-in. So if I click on check-in now, it will create it as a minor version. So minor version, we have .1 or .2 or .3 at the back end of it. So if I click on check-in now, and I go back, so it has been checked in. So that red icon is no more there. So if I come back here now and say, okay, my version history, so it should have been created, that version should have been created now. You can see, right? So 3.1 now means what? Minor version. So anywhere you see .1, .2, .3, .4, it means what? It's a minor version. Okay, it's a minor version. And who modified it? Who modified it? You can see the person that modified it. You can see the name of the person there, right? So now, this one now, this document now, I can see this document. I can preview this document, basically. I can view this document from the top, right? So now, let me view this document, and I click on document now. So it will open a document for me. So you can see, this is the minor version, right? So now, let me go back now to the what I had before now. Let me see what I had before now. I can come here and say what? Come here and click on version history. So I want to revert back. You know, in our this thing, when I was presenting the slide, I said you can revert back, right? So now you can revert back. Let me go back to the initial one, which is this one, right? So I can say restore. So when I create restore now, it will create a new version again. So let me click on restore. So let me click on restore now. Let's see what happens. So you can see another version has been created already, which is this. So now if I open that document now, if I go ahead and open that document, I won't see all those testing again. All those tests, two tests. It will go back to the initial how it was before. You can see it's a plain document. This is how it was created earlier. Are you getting me now? This is how it was created earlier. When I first created the document, I didn't have anything on it. So now it's good for you. Versioning is good for you to go back to what you had before, right? So now let's say, for example, now, okay, I want to go back to how it was before it was like this, right? I can come back here and say, okay, let me go back to the version history. I can go back to version history. Then I can go back, okay, let me restore this one. Let me restore this particular one here. I can say restore, right? Restore. So let's see, this one will create a new version, right? To create a new version for me. So now, over there now, if I now click on, if I close this and I click on this document, I should be able to see something now. You can see. Does that make sense to anyone? Does this make sense? I want to hear from someone. Does this make sense?
Yes, yes.
So tell me, what is the benefit of this to you? How do you intend to use this thing? How do you intend to use versions? Or versioning, rather, for your organization now, how do you intend to use versioning for your organization? If I may ask you.
This
I
is
know.
my name is Oluwaseun. Hello.
Okay. Yeah, please go on.
Okay, my name is Oluwaseun. At least this
Sorry, is
will be
someone talking?
useful. Hello.
Yes, Oluwaseun is trying to say something.
Hello.
Yeah, please tell
Yes,
me.
go on.
Okay. I think this version it will be nice for us to know to recover files to initial stage. Take for example that the files has been being updated at the first initial stage, and then they have updated the files and they were like, okay, what's been updated is not correct. We need to go back to initial stage. So this vision is very okay for us to go back to initial stage, and then you get to move from there.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. That's the correct answer. Who wants to try again? Who wants to try again? Who wants to give me something regarding version? What do you want to use version for after this training? How will it benefit you, basically? Can I ask someone else? If you can't
Okay,
talk, you can just drop it
I have a
in the chat.
concern. I have a concern,
Okay.
right? Hello? Yes, the other time you set the retention limit to 30 days, and then you set the versioning copies limit, right, to I think 100 or so.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
said that after the 30 days, the versions will start getting deleted. So the ones that are we saying that now that it is the newer versions that start getting deleted, or the previous, that's the older versions that start getting deleted? Which of the
It is
versions?
the old version that will get deleted. Now, let me show us from here now. Let me quickly show us from here. Now, let's say, for example, now, let me go to version history on this particular one. Now, the way you see it here now, the way you see it here now, which one is the oldest? This is the oldest, right? 1.0. Let's say this one is
Yeah.
the 500 one, right? And this one is the 1.0. So now, after the 501, right? So the old one, the oldest one will be deleted. That is the indication. The oldest one will be deleted. If you say after 30 days, delete the version, right? After 30 days, delete the version. So it's the first one that was created earlier that will be deleted, not the new one
Okay.
that was just created. So the new one will still be there, but it's just the old one that will be deleted. I think that is a very good question. Thank you so much for that question. So
Please, I
any
also have
other
a
Yes.
question?
question.
Yeah,
I have
please
a
ask me your
question.
question, please.
I think, for example, that the file has been, updated like 3 to 4 stages. Like we have
Okay.
it here now. The oldest version is 1.0, and we have 2.0, 3.1. Okay, take for example that this 1.0 now, then after that we edit and then restore, we edit or we restore. So what I mean is that you are saying that after 30 days, only this 1.5 will be deleted. How about this 2.0? It will not be deleted, it will still be there.
Yes. So what it means is that, remember, for this one, we have the option of not setting the limit. We can put it on never delete, right? We can put the settings on never to delete. Like I showed the last time. Let me quickly go back there. So it's not every time that your versioning will be deleted, right? Unless you set it to delete after a
Yes.
certain period of time. Let me show us that settings again. So if you go back to your library settings here, and you come back to versioning settings, right? You come to versioning settings, and you come here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? No limits, right? No time limits. So this no time limit now, we ensure that your version does not delete. But if you
Also
say
not be
manual,
deleted.
yeah, but you say
Okay.
manual, and you put 30 days here, that is when your version will now be deleted for 500 items. So once it has reached 500 items, and those 500 has reached 30 days, okay? So that means after the um 31st day, right? That means
Yeah,
if those all the 100 items are reached 30 days, all of them will be deleted. Are you getting
okay.
me now?
Yeah, I'm getting it,
Yes.
but if you run automatically now, automatically, I think it's going to base on the long term back, right?
All
It will
the
be
long time,
automatically deleted.
yes. Absolutely. You know, remember the last time the shortest is what? And the longest is what? Remember, can you tell me when we're doing the automatic one, what is the longest, what is the highest, what is the lowest?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Okay, I was saying that how many version can you keep in your tenant? Like if you are doing automatic versioning, right? This 500 that you have here now, how many version can you take? What is the lowest? What is the highest?
I think the highest is about, is it 5,000 or 50,000?
50,000. 50,000
Yeah,
if you are doing automatic, and the lowest is 100, right? The lowest is
100. Yeah.
100, the highest is what? 50,000. So what it means
Yes.
is that if you put it on automatic now, it will create 50,000 version of those items for you. So what does it
Okay.
mean? What it means is this: if you come back to this test library now, what is the size of this document? This particular document, what is the size of this document? Now let me add the size here. Let me just add a column that will show the size so that we can see the size of this document. So if you want to add that, you can just call me and say what? File size. This is it here. Just say file size and click on apply. So if you did say file size now, and you see now it's what 24.1 KB. So what it means is this: if you create now, if you add something to it now, and the file now gets to 10 MB. So if you are making a change on that particular document, the next change you make on it, what will it give?
Maybe let's say 11 MB.
No. Now let me explain again. Now your document now, let's say your document now is 21.4 KB, right?
Okay.
Now make a change on it, right? If you make a change on this document, what is the one that will be saved? What will be the size of the one that will be saved?
The one that will be saved.
Yeah, what is the size of the one that will be saved? Eh?
I think it's supposed to be going higher. The size will be increasing.
No. Get me correctly now. Now, initially, this file is 24.1 KB, right? You added something to it, it became 25.2 KB. You added something to it, it became 26.5 KB. Now, let me say now, initially now, it's 24.1 KB. I did something on it. I made a change on it. Automatically it will save the previous version before I made the change. So what would be the size of that version that was saved before I made my change?
Sorry, you're going to church, right?
That would be 24.1 KB now.
24.1. Now I've made my change now, right? I've made my change now. If I'm making a change again on this particular document, the current size now, instead of here now, the current size now will be what? 25.1. But at the back end, the version will be 24.1, which is the previous version. Are you getting me? But you've made a change on the front end here. You are seeing 25.1. The next time you make a change to it to make 26.1, the previous version will be what?
It will be 25.1.
25.1. So now if you get to 26 and you make it 27, the previous version will be what? 26.1. So it will always keep the previous size, the previous storage that you have before. That's what will be keeping for you at the back end. Now, let's now say now you are now working like that. You're now creating 50,000 of that. Do you know that you have used a lot of storage, right? That's why it's always good that in your organization, if you are setting up SharePoint for your organization, you need to have a round table meeting to understand that, okay, the things you want to be keeping here, are they really critical? It is something that we have to reference in the future. Do you want us to be keeping automatic backup, right? And in that case, you need to let your organization know that, okay, in that case, if you are doing it like this, automatically it will take space, right? It will take space. So you need to get ready to buy more storage space. So now, when we talk about versioning and storage, they go hand in hand together, because in one way or the other, versioning and storage, they still work. Okay, good. Let me give us something real quick before we leave this place. Now, let's say, for example, I delete this particular document now. Before I even delete the document now, I want to see on this library now, I want to see the storage metrics for this particular library. So what we have to do is to come here and go to what? Site information. Okay, I'll go to site information from here. Then now we have to go to site settings. View all site settings. So I want to see the storage metrics for my tenant now. Where is storage metrics? This is it, right? This is it here. Now I have what? I have my test library. You can see these are everything that I have on my tenant, right? On my site. This is the size of my site at the moment, right? So now, and you can see when we're setting it up, what do we set the site to? We set it to 1 GB. And you can see that there's 1 GB at the top here. Assuming I set it to 25,000 GB, I will see 25,000 GB there. Where is my library here? This is my library. This is my test library, right? So I can see this. Okay? I can see this now. I can see here now that on this document, I see version history. Can you see? I can see version history here. So that means this is my version, right? So it means that this is my what? This is my what? This is my version. So if I click on this version, I can see all my version here, and I can decide to delete all of them, right? I can decide to delete all versions, right? So if I delete all versions, all of them will go to what? To the recycle bin. Now let me try that now.
From the cycle bin, can we restore from there?
Yeah, that's what we want to do now. We want to delete now and see what will now become of our document. Now let me delete all versions now. Delete all versions. Okay. Now I've deleted all versions. Automatically you can't delete because it will still allow you to keep the original one because you are not deleting from the space, right? So, but the previous version has been deleted. So that means I've reduced my space a little bit. The storage space has been reduced now. Some of them are now in the recycle bin. So I'll now go to the recycle bin. I'll go to site content. So from site content now, I can go to recycle bin. Okay. So from recycle bin now, what will I get? I can now get all those things that I've deleted. Can you see them here now? Can you see them? So here now, yes. Can I decide, okay, I want to restore number 2, I want to restore number 1, but I want to delete the last one permanently. I can now say, okay, restore these 2. Okay, let me restore this. Now, let me restore this 2 now. Okay, can you see? I've restored this now. Now, if I go back to my document now, and I click on version history, I will be able to see those 2 versions. You can see. So one more is missing, right? The 1.0 is missing. That is the one that I did not restore. So do you want me to restore that one or you want me to delete it? Should I restore that one so that we can see what we have here? What do you want?
No, there's no need to restore it. It's okay.
But
from cycle bin, if you delete from cycle bin, is there any way to recover the file?
Okay, good. So that is a very good question. So now if I go to my cycle bin, please write this thing down. Write this thing I want to say down. By default, the SharePoint has 2 types of recycle bin. We have the first stage recycle bin and we have the second stage recycle bin. The first stage recycle bin,
that's what I want to know. Yeah.
Keep your item for 30 days. Okay? And the second stage recycle bin, keep your item for 63 days. So in total now, how many days do you have to restore your documents? How many days do you have to restore your document?
93.
93 days. Now, let's say for example now, I now went here now to my recycle bin and I delete permanently from here. I didn't allow it to stay here for 30 days. I just went here to delete permanently. Will I be able to restore it back? Yes or no?
Yes.
What is the answer?
Sorry,
after 90 days or after many days?
No. I didn't even allow it to reach 30 days at all. I just come here. The way it is now, I just came here and delete it permanently. I just click on delete now. No, it won't go to the recycle bin again because I've deleted it permanently here. So will I be able to restore this document back or not?
Yes,
I think you should be able to restore back because it's supposed to move to the second cycle bin.
It won't move to second stage now because I've deleted it permanently. So
you did it permanently.
It will only move to second stage after it has used 30 days here. And you not restore it. It stay here for 30 days, you not restore it. It will go to the cycle bin, second stage cycle bin. If after second stage cycle bin, that's 3 days, you will not restore it from there, it will be deleted permanently. But now, if I go ahead now to delete it the second day, I didn't even wait for 30 days at all. And now came here now to delete it permanently. Will I be able to restore it back? Yes or no?
Okay, so you are saying that if you delete on cycle bin permanently, manually,
you will not be able to restore it back.
You will not be able to restore it back.
I will not be able to restore it back. Someone is saying something interesting.
Since it's permanent.
Since it's permanent. Since it's permanent. There's a clause. Someone just drop a clause now. The person is asking me that, is there a retention owed? Is there okay now? Papa, I mean there's no retention owed. Let me answer your question. There's no retention owed at all. So what will now happen? Will I still be able to restore it or not? I don't have any retention owed. on the tenant, will I be able to restore the document back? Yes or no? I want answer now.
No, I don't think it will be restored if
No.
you that deleted
Please,
permanently. Yeah.
going for no, let me see your hand. If you are going for no, let me see your hand. If you are going for yes, let me see your hand. So if you are going for no, just drop it on the comments. Okay, no, no, just drop no. If you are going for yes, drop yes.
Yes, you can restore it.
Please just drop your comment on the chat. No, yes, drop it on the chat. No means I can't restore it. Yes means I can restore it. Okay. So I can see someone that said yes. Okay, he didn't get to second stage at all. I've deleted it permanently from the first stage. Will I be able to restore it? Yes or no? So answer that I need from you, Okoyemi, is either yes or no. Will I be able to restore it? Yes or no? Yes, okay. You are saying yes, okay. So any other contract, we still have a lot of people here. I think we still have Joseph here. We have some people that have not dropped. Has Temi dropped? No, Temi has not dropped. So Temi, can you drop your answer? And Olakunle as well. Can you drop your answer? You guys have not dropped your answer. So is it yes or no? Some people say yes. So we have 2 yes and we have 2 no now. Who is the tiebreaker? Okay. All right. So let's know the answer. So first thing first, the answer is yes. But inside that yes, there's still another yes inside. So I'll still break it down for us. So from here first, the answer is yes. Okay? The answer is yes. Will you ask me why? Why is it yes? I've not told you the reason why it's yes. So the reason why it's yes is that once you delete from here, the only person that can help you restore it, you can't restore it at all. You can't go to the second stage cycle bin, is Microsoft. And you need to reach out to Microsoft within 14 days. Okay? You need to reach out to Microsoft within what? 14 days. So that they can do what we call PITR for you, point in time restore. Point in time restore. Let me drop it for you. Point in time restore. Can you see that? Point in time restore. So they can do point in time restore for you. So point in time restore is only 14 days. That is, if I go ahead now to delete this particular document here, within 14 days, I will be able to restore the document that I deleted back. But after 14 days, it will be deleted permanently. Same thing applies to your site as well. It will be deleted permanently afterwards, after 14 days. Is that clear? Okay, is that clear for you? So it won't go to your second stage though. So it is only if you not delete it from the first stage cycle bin, right? That it will go to your second stage cycle bin. But anything that make you to delete it permanently from here, the only person that can make you to the only person that can assist you with restoring it is Microsoft. So you need to reach out to Microsoft directly. Okay? Any contrary opinion to that? Any other question? So I think let's round up here
Sorry.
because of time.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes, thank you. I think we can round up if there's any other question or
if there's any
opinion.
question, you can drop it for me or reach out to us, then you can definitely take your questions, right? You can even drop it on the community. If you have any question, you can drop it to the community, or you can reach out to Aishat as well. So we can compile your question, reach out to me. We'll definitely answer all your questions, basically. Okay? So I hope this session has been so easy. If I want to take your feedback now, is how this training? Does it really make sense to you?
Thank you.
Do you think you
Thank you
can
very much.
yeah.
Thank you, our wonderful speaker for this very insightful and engaging session. I think I can speak from the mouth of everyone that we all enjoyed it and we all were able to take something away from this session. Thank you
Absolutely.
very much. Yes, you can stop sharing your screen. You can stop sharing your screen. I'm going to be sharing the concluding slides for this. I think we really did a lot today, and this is around 6:26 p.m. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you everyone who joined on this session. I think it's been a really wonderful one, really engaging. Everyone coming around to share their insights, share their their opinion, and everyone actually participating makes a lot of sense actually. Thank you very much. I think we are past from now. We are past the Q&A session. We are past the Q&A session, and we'd like to share the community links. We have a WhatsApp community which I'm displaying the screen, the link right now. Please do well to join us. I will, before we leave this meeting, I'll be dropping the link. I'll copy the link and drop it on the chat. We also have a YouTube channel where we normally drop all the recordings from our session, from every session that we have on the Microsoft 365 uh, channel or community. So do well to check out the YouTube channel and subscribe to our channel, like, comment on our sessions, all recording for every session we have had on the YouTube channel. Please do try and engage with us. We also have a Twitter channel as well, slash the Twitter link slash NGM365. I think that is it. I shared something like that before. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining this session. Thank our amazing speaker. Thank every guest who joined. Everyone was amazing. So we appreciate you for being a part of this knowledge sharing experience. Special appreciation again to Rotimi for a well delivered session. Thank you very much. Please follow us and engage with us on all our communities. We have LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. Let me just drop the WhatsApp group chat in case we have someone who is not on the already. I will just try and copy that from somewhere here. Hold on. I'll copy that, drop it for us all to see, be able to join. Okay. And drop it on the chat now. So we can all join the WhatsApp community. Here you can drop your questions, you can drop your feedback about all of our sessions. And if you have any technical questions that you need clarification, it's a group of highly experienced professionals from every experience level that you can think of. So where it's a fast community that you can use to your advantage. Thank you very much, everyone. Till we meet again the next bi-weekly deep dive session. I'm saying thank you and have a very lovely weekend and a wonderful week ahead. Thank you very much.
The link.
Think
Link. I can't find the link.
goodbye and good night. Yes,
Hello.
anybody saying something?
Yeah, for the link.
Hey,
Hello.
yes, go on, please.
Yeah, have you dropped the link? Because I can't find the link in the chat.
Yeah, the link is on the chat. The WhatsApp link is on the chat. If you want, I can pick up it and drop it. I'm sure you have access to the chat.
I don't think I have access to the chat. What I can see last on the chat is please drop the link here, man. Drop the